Hello, and welcome to my final zoology project. For my YouTube project, I chose the giant pangolin, or Manus gigantea. Pangolins belong to the phylum Chordata, class Mammalia, and order Pholidota. Pangolins are actually the only living animals in this order, being defined by toothlessness, their scales, and their diet. I chose the giant pangolin because they're my favorite animal, and a giant pangolin is more pangolin to love. Also, due to an insectivorous diet of ants and termites, which I'm not very fond of, and their interesting appearance of wearing scale armor. In human history, that would be metal scales attached to leather or canvas or something. But in pangolins, they develop this armor naturally. They're the only mammals with scales, in fact. And they're made from keratin, the same material that are in hair, nails, claws, and horns in just about all mammals. They're bilaterally symmetrical. They have 4 limbs, not including their long, wide tail. And like most mammals, they give live births, reproduce sexually, and breastfeed. They live solitary lives outside of mating, however, but they care for their young for about 6 months. The giant pangolin is found in the humid forests of West and Central Africa. They create burrows they mostly use during the day, being primarily nocturnal. They have long tongues like anteaters, but they aren't closely related to them. They're actually most closely related to other carnivores. But pinning down a specific relation is very hard, as they diverged from other species over 40 million years ago. Typical of mammals, they used closed circulatory system with red blood, a 4-chambered heart, and they're warm-blooded. They have a complete digestive system in which they compensate for their toothlessness with very thick muscular stomachs with sharp protrusions poking into the center of the stomach. And they also swallow rocks and pebbles to assist with grinding the insects they eat to a more digestible form. They have a typical nervous system, nerves and a brain, but their senses are fairly mediocre. It's mainly their sense of smell that they use to forage insects. But the most important fact about pangolins is their extreme endangerment. Due to the large demand for African bushmeat and beliefs held in traditional Chinese medicine, some people need to eat food like that to survive, even though they rather want it. And others just believe that pangolin scales can cure anything that exists. But recently, the Chinese government has removed them from the traditional pharmacopoeia and upgraded them to Class 1 protection. But happening in just 2020, it's coming a little late. They're actually fairly safe in the wild, with their scales, ability to curl into a ball using their tail to protect them, anal glands similar to a skunk's. They could essentially make a lion look like a fool, curl up in a ball, and fart in their mouths. But they don't have any defense for poachers. Well, thank you for listening.